confidence. Effortlessly, you let them know who is in command. You just that and more. Don't forget it. God worked hard on you for sure. Lexus, Exodus. Shout out to my exes.
Let's get to the show. I want to talk to y'all tonight about bread losers. So this is a play on words, of course. We know traditionally men are described as breadwinners, meaning they're supposed to fulfill the traditional role of masculinity and be protectors and providers and problem solvers. They're supposed to bring home the bread and the bacon for their families. However, modern males got it all twisted. They got it all effed up. They want the best of both worlds. They want submission and traditional doting housewives inside the home, but also want you to be a married mule and be the primary breadwinners and corporate America queens as well. They want to be well kept, hypergamous, pretty princesses. They are not breadwinners. They are bread losers. So I want to talk about this concept and also discuss how this is a recipe for disaster. Because although this sounds good in theory to them, men have weak and fragile egos. Their masculinity is directly linked to their capabilities to provide. So when they partner with successful women, they don't know how to act. They become insecure, they lash out and begin to mistreat and often cheat on these women to humble them and to knock them down a peg. So first, let's talk about this concept by discussing Skai Jackson. So Skai Jackson is former child star who is apparently very pregnant by a leprechaun bread loser. And let's first rewind to a few months ago when it came out that she had gotten arrested for assaulting him and disclosed to the officers that she was also pregnant.
Disney Channel star Skai Jackson facing legal trouble after an altercation with her boyfriend last week. According to multiple reports, the actress was arrested for domestic battery over a public fight with her boyfriend that happened at Universal City Walk in Los Angeles.
I am kind of shy as a person. Yeah, people would never guess, but yeah, I'm very reserved.
Allegedly, security called police after claiming they saw Skai shove her boyfriend, and footage of the incident reportedly showed the 22-year-old push him twice. She was then arrested, cited, and released a few hours later.
I'm strong and I know I can get through anything.
Those same reports claim the star and her boyfriend actually deny getting physical. And get this, they reportedly revealed they're actually engaged and expecting a baby. In the past, Skai's been vocal about her advocacy for preventing bullying, especially online.
People know I'm an advocate for anti-bullying. The more I saw it, I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to speak out on about it because I think it's really important. And people go through these struggles every day in life. And for me, it's kind of like my duty with the big platform that I have is to use it for good.
Skai's domestic battery case will be reviewed at the LA County DA's office to determine whether charges are warranted. ET has reached out to Skai's rep for comment.
Okay, well, apparently that wasn't enough, as photos and videos were also just released of Skai looking like she about to pop, having a heated argument with her bread loser. Now, what the hell ghetto Section 8 public assistance welfare issue is this? For our audio listeners, Skai is in a damn bonnet and house slippers and those Chinese hair store slippers we used to wear back in the day, looking very much like she's in her last trimester, looking like she about to pop, arguing with Lucky the Leprechaun. She arguing with Leprechaun in the Hood. Have y'all ever seen that movie? That was my favorite movie as a child. She arguing with Pennywise, arguing with Ice Spice. Skai got a type, don't it? She love her high yellow, albino looking yellow bone, light bright ninja. So if y'all don't remember, I'm way into pop culture, so I remember this vividly. But remember, she dated Solange's son. So now she's engaged and pregnant by Ice Spice, and I cannot. So this man is a bread loser. He's broke as a joke, walking around in a wife beater in public, looking like Raggedy Andy. I've said this before, but we'll say it again. For whatever reason, Black women love to do all this hard work and due diligence and pour our blood, sweat, and tears into our careers to become uber successful. So we know Skai has been working since she was 5. She was in that I Am Stuck on a Band-Aid brand when she was a little baby. So we'll do all this work to get out the trenches and to get it out the mud. All to F it up and F with a bread loser. We refuse to date hypergamously. We refuse to date protectors and providers. We love to break these glass ceilings and to break all these records and be extremely successful, win all these awards, collecting coins like Mario, all the double back and date men that we dig out the bottom of trash cans who are bread losers. This will not end well, mark my words. Most men have fragile egos, especially ninjas, and they can't stand a woman outdoing them. He will become very insecure, if not already. His manhood will become threatened by her success and her fame and popularity. He'll start to feel inferior and to stroke his ego. I wouldn't be surprised if he began to cheat due to this, if he isn't already. In extreme cases, we've seen men like this also become abusive to try to knock these women down a peg and to humble them. Black women, stay far away from these bread losers.
In the name of all that is holy, would you look at Karen Smith's gym clothes?
Of course, all the plastics are in the same gym class. Where are the plastics?
They're teen royalty. If North Shore was Us Weekly, they would always be on the cover.
Rerun. Hey, 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 what's happening?
That one right there is Ayanna Van Zant. She's one of the dumbest people you'll ever meet. I sat next to her in law school last year and she told me I should date our bus driver. And that funny looking one over there, that's Tyler Perry. She expects women to cape and coddle broke men because she was one and we turned her into a billionaire. She also tells successful Black women to date who can pay the light bill because she secretly does the same thing. And evil takes a human form in Nicki Minaj. She's male-identified and male-worshipping, so hates other women who look like her.
Is it the thanks that I get for putting you bitches on?
She hates Black women so much, she even defends predators and married ones. She even victim blames and makes fun of DV survivors.
I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot.
Lied on a dead mama. Lied on a dead mama. Lied on a dead mama.
Are you tired of constantly being bullied by mules and mean girls? Are you sick of being told to lessen your standards and to ride or die? Are you exhausted from tolerating anything just to say you got a man? Then you're in the right place. Join the Lexus Exodus Patreon private community to meet like-minded, divested women who prioritize self first. In my Patreon, you will participate in exclusive lives, get access to exclusive content, get access to a private community of other divested women, and much, much more. Join us by visiting patreon.com/LexusExodus. See you soon.
So let's also talk about this next example of Nick Cannon as well, who admits to this and said that he was guilty of this behavior as he was also a bread loser when married to Mariah Carey.
Going to myself with that pressure of who am I?
Yeah.
Because, you know, I got married in my 20s still, you know what I mean, to the biggest star in the world. And my trajectory was here, and then hers, she's already in a different stratosphere. So, you know, I would lay up at night thinking like, is this who I am? Am I Mariah's man?
Yeah.
Is that what my life is supposed to be? There's nothing wrong with it.
I understand it though. Like,
you know?
it's like,
and I got really comfortable in it. She got islands, and I'm waking up at noon, and people bringing me steaks on a platter, and I'm like. This ain't,
you had to be a different version of yourself. Exactly.
This
like,
ain't the kid.
I can't go provide. I can't go hunt. That's who I am. I want to hunt. But
and then when you have children and the hierarchy of just your man is like, wait, I'm carrying a purse, the diaper bag, I'm standing on the corner. I'm like, wait, she rocking being all the alpha that she
by the way, she deserves it, by the way.
And she did. I believe she needs a dude like that.
Yeah.
I'm just not that dude, and her and I never had problems.
Yeah.
Never argued, never, even with me struggling in this space.
Yeah.
She was like, she's so understanding and so evolved and lives in her own world. That's the thing. When someone has their own world, like you said, their own scope, their own bubble, and you got to be a participant in that. You know what I mean? Like I'm main character. I was getting mad at myself. It was like muscle atrophy. I had a gut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, it was like, I'm not being the dude that God put me on this earth to.
Womp, womp, womp. So what Dr. Cheyenne Bryant say on that show? You a low vibrational ninja, Dick Cannon. You operating at a low frequency, Nog. And I don't know when y'all gonna start listening to me. I say this because I know firsthand. I know what I'm talking about. Now you done heard it from the horse's mouth. Most males have very weak, minuscule, and fragile egos, and they aren't able to handle women that are more successful than them. So do not date them. So in our mind as women, you think that these dudes will feel grateful and appreciative that you stepped off your throne to give them a chance. Nope. They start to feel threatened. They often begin to become very bitter, and they begin to resent you due to their dismal existences and lack of accomplishments. So don't do it. Let them stick with the bitches that work at the mall with GDs, because it never works out. They will lash out at you due to their inadequacies. He said, admittedly, that the relationship was perfect. They never argued or anything. He was getting white glove treatment due to her fame and success everywhere he went. So he talked about private jets, private islands, getting served on a silver platter. But that wasn't enough for him because he was a damn bread loser. He was not Mariah's equal. So he felt emasculated and wasn't a good husband. And again, this never works out well because you are a constant reminder of their shortcomings, Black women. So stay away from bread losers. Let's also look at this example of this next bread loser begging for strangers on the internet to co-sign on an apartment for him, y'all.
But if you could co-sign for us for an apartment in Florida, just let me know. I know I'm going to get a lot of haters on here. If you don't have anything positive to say, don't say anything at all. If you can help, again, reach out and we will discuss the payment arrangements. Thank you. Good afternoon. We are in Miami and reaching out again to the TikTok family for a different type of request. I'm looking for anyone out there who can possibly co-sign for an apartment for me and my wife. We're back in Miami. We've been gone from our place a couple of months, and it's a long story with that. But if you'd like to hear it or with more information, just let me know. If you're able to co-sign, I would pay you to co-sign for us for an apartment. This is not asking for money. I'm asking if you could co-sign for us for an apartment. If you can, please reach out to me on the live.
So y'all gonna help him out? Y'all gonna help a brother out? You raggedy, pathetic bum. You poor piece of shit. You worthless nobody. So damn pathetic that you begging strangers on the internet at your big age to co-sign for an apartment as a grown-ass man. This is clearly somebody's Paul talking like this. Talk about we in Miami and we looking for somebody to co-sign. I don't speak French, ninja. But he's saying we because he got some poor, pathetic, low self-esteem woman by his side enabling this bull crap. Like I always say, if ninjas, they got nothing else, they got audacity. But it just dawned on me that somehow they also managed to get an endless supply of poom poom too. And I'm telling y'all, for whatever reason, behind every broke ninja is a poor, destitute, downtrodden woman supporting this nonsense. And the wise words of Prophetess Cardi B, broke boys don't deserve no pussy, y'all. Say it with me. This is a bread loser. Okay, so I also want to talk about this woman who worked 2 jobs during COVID while pregnant, while also being married to a bread loser as well. Let's get into it.
In 2 nursing jobs while she was pregnant.
Oh my! Wow.
And she was working on COVID floors. Yeah. She busted her butt.
Well, how much debt have you guys paid off?
It's $313,339.
Wow! Shut the front door.
Student loans and our house payment. And
oh my goodness! Yes. Paid off the mortgage.
Yes, sir. House and everything.
What made you go, we're going to get rid of the student loans and keep barreling through this house?
When they paused the student loans, it was like, hey, this is our time to go for it 100%. We got past the student loans, and I was like, let's just knock out all of our debt. Let's continue to be intent and also intentional at the same time. She was on board. She said, hey, let's get done. Once we wrote the numbers down on paper, it was like, hey, you know what? We can do this. We can sacrifice a little bit more time to be done forever.
Wow. Well, and now you believe it. You've already got the hope. The numbers are right there. It's just like, well, mathematically, here's what we need to do.
I'll be honest. It was hard on me. I was like, this is tough. I see how much money we make and how much money we're spending per se. Like our budget was very, 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 very tight.
You're making 175 and feeling broke because all the money's going right back out.
Yes, exactly.
And she's tired and pregnant.
Yes.
2 nursing jobs and growing a baby. I mean, that's unbelievable.
So
what did you do to keep going?
Initially, I was not on board with the baby steps, with all of this. He discovered Dave a lot sooner than I did, and he would listen and say all of this stuff and just going on and on and on and on. And that we only need $1,000. I was like, $1,000 in the savings? Like, that is ridiculous. Like, what is that? Sounds insane. It seems like after he stopped pressuring me, I think that gave God room to really work on me and let me see what was going on. And one day I just happened to be listening to Dave and we're like, okay, I think we can do this. And actually I just came to him and I was like, I think we should empty out our savings down to 1,000 and just go there. And so then when the pandemic hit, I kind of just seen like the CARES Act came out. They said the student loans will be paused until October. Let's do it. Like we can get this done by October of 2020. That was my goal. And
so when everyone else was laying back, you leaned in. You were like, all right, game on.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. You guys are incredible. How does it feel now to be completely debt-free? You guys did this thing.
It didn't really like feel real initially because I was still working 2 jobs at that point. But that first month when like our mortgage didn't come out, it was like, ooh, this is amazing.
It's a slow burn.
Yeah, but no, it felt like amazing. Like you said, we got a pay raise, but now we're investing in our retirement more. I have the option if I wanted to and have more kids to even stay at home. And that's something that wouldn't be afforded to us if we did not go through and make this journey.
Honestly, it feels great because I kept telling her, like, it's times where I can tell she's not happy because she wants to get her feet done more, get her eyelashes done more. And I will always tell her, I don't want to settle with you for the minimum. I want to give you the maximum in life.
Oh, that's beautiful. You're changing your family tree now. It's Muhammad and Catherine and Titan, Fort Worth, Texas. 313 grand paid off, 3 years, 8 months, making 110 to 175. Count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
We're debt-free!
This is some bullshit. Oh my gosh, which makes me so angry, y'all. So this woman single-handedly paid off the mortgage for their home and their student loan debts by working 2 nursing jobs while pregnant during COVID in just a few years. And he's sitting there grinning with a big old Kool-Aid smile like this is cool. And when she says that she worked 2 jobs, she's not talking about she's doing sedentary work like I do where she's sitting on her ass all day. She not no damn administrative assistant or secretary. She was a nurse. She's a nurse. Do y'all know how hard, backbreaking, and strenuous and stressful being a nurse is? So 1 nursing job is hard, let alone 2, let alone while pregnant. Like we're talking about high stress, high intensity environments, very difficult, laborious work, physically demanding. Them girls running themselves ragged, especially during COVID. Like, I don't think y'all understand how difficult and how much pressure that had to be to endure working 2 full-time nursing jobs during COVID, during a pandemic, while carrying a child. And the physical demand is one thing. You on your feet all day, lifting patients, wiping ass. But the emotional stress and trauma that she experienced is something that's a totally different beast, especially during COVID. You got people sick, barely breathing, on ventilators, passing away, unalive left and right. We saw mortality rates that were unprecedented for the century. Not to mention her being susceptible to catching COVID herself and exposing the fetus to that she was carrying to these people with these illnesses. And I don't want to go on and on, but I really, really need to illustrate the full ramifications of her doing this. To add additional context, nurses typically work 4 days, 12-hour shifts a week. Okay. She was working 8 12-hour shifts a week while pregnant during a global pandemic. And this ninja got the nerve to conclude this, as if it wasn't bad enough, by proudly saying he wouldn't even let her get a damn pedicure. Oh my gosh, and I'm laughing. This is not funny. This is sad. After being 9 months pregnant on her feet swollen and sore, making multiple 6 figures, he wouldn't even allow her to spend a few bucks to get a damn pedicure to soothe her aching, sore, and tired feet and ankles. Talking about, I don't want to give you the minimum. I want to give you the maximum. You ain't giving her ish, Nignog. You didn't give her nothing but a damn headache and slave labor. You gave her nothing other than making her a married mule. You are a worthless bread loser. This pisses me off. And the caption even says that he was a police officer. Yes, she the one working 2 jobs. It's like, okay, so you mean to tell me at the police station there was no OT? You couldn't get a second job? I know off-duty police officers who always taking additional gigs and working at clubs overnight or directing traffic for churches and ish. No, he's a bread loser. He was comfortable allowing her to be the provider and to be a handmaid and to be a me and a mule, all while carrying his child. He is a goddamn bread loser. So let's get into this textbook example of a bread loser and talk about the resilient Jenkins. Mr. and Mrs. Stankin' Jenkins, a family of 6 that has gone insanely viral because they live in a 1-bedroom apartment. And they forced their children to sleep in the living room. And to make matters worse, the woman is expecting another baby. Ciao.
In the caption above, we're a family of 6 going on 7 living in a 1-bedroom apartment. As the kids grow older, that means we constantly have to adapt our environment to give them more means for privacy and extra space. When outside our environment appears cluttered, disorganized, what have you. But quite frankly, after making do for nearly 3 years now, I have nothing but a grateful spirit for the roof over our head. Generally, the instant judgment me and my husband receive, why have so many kids if you don't have enough space for them? See, my perception is judgment comes from a place of not having the experience. When you've experienced enough, you generally don't judge people. I can tell you after everything I've been through in the past 3 years, there's very little I have to judge people. I would be lying if I said there wasn't a point in my life that I was so naive that I might have judged a poor person based off their appearance. And like I said, I have learned a lot. I generally look like I'm roughing it, but that's because our kids come first. I do everything I can to keep our environment clean and tidy. When it comes down to it, I could shove everything my kids have in 1 bedroom of some of these houses I see, and it would really look like nothing. We try to teach our kids to take care of what they have, be grateful for what we have. We keep praying and pushing for the growth that we want. Appreciate y'all watching. See you in the next video. To the laundromat. So if you don't follow us, we are a family of 6 living in a 1-bedroom apartment. We don't have a washer and dryer in our unit. We do have access to a community laundry room. We just much prefer to do our laundry at the laundromat. It's a lot quicker and a hell of a lot cheaper. And until my luck runs out, my kids actually enjoy coming with me and enjoy helping along with the process. However, this time my son was not having it, so his dad did come pick him up about 5 minutes after I took this clip. We filled 2 45-pound, 1 75-pound, 1 35-pound washer with 2 weeks worth of clothes. You heard that right. We have not been able to get to the laundromat in 2 weeks. I mean, as you can tell, me and my daughters are rocking pretty heavy clothes for 90-degree weather. We were literally using the last of what was in our drawers. So I do feel like situations like these teach my kids a lot of resilience and resourcefulness. They were quite adorable, sharing outfits and exchanging different things to make sure everybody was comfortable. We are the resilient Jenkins for a reason. Nothing stops us and nothing keeps us down. Dad's always on the go providing for his family, but constantly apart to make sure he's helping. Thank you for watching. Follow us to get to know us with us, and afternoon this time. If you couldn't tell from the first clip, I was not having it this morning. I just wanted to stay in bed. I did have a little bit of motivation getting up because we had an ultrasound planned for the afternoon, and I couldn't wait to see our baby. Now, if you don't follow us, we are the resilient Jenkins. We're a blended family of 6, and we live in a one-bedroom apartment, and we share relatable content of what it's like to live on humble means and make things work. Now, most mornings when I get up and make breakfast, since my kids' bedroom is literally on the other side of the kitchen, like in some angles you can see their beds from the kitchen. Generally, me bashing around the kitchen making breakfast gets them up. Sometimes I gotta be a little extra noisy if they're really sleeping. Now, I had mentioned in our videos previously, we are still working on getting our kiddos some better lunch boxes with some ice packs. So currently, they're gonna be on a peanut butter and jelly fix. If anyone else has some recommendations of some lunches that don't necessarily need to be kept cold, please send them my way. I'd love that. Once we got the kids ready and off to school, hubby and I kind of just chilled before our appointment, spent a little bit of time together, and then we headed to the ultrasound to look at our baby. They didn't let us film while we were doing the ultrasound, but here's a little peek of the baby. Very healthy and very active. Already looking like another daddy twin. Thanks for watching.
Okay, so this family has 4 kids currently and 1 on the way. So there's going to be 7 people in a 1-bedroom apartment with 4 cats, y'all. The kids sleep in the damn living room. Meanwhile, Mr. and Mrs. Stankin' Jenkins are nice and booed up, comfy, with a queen-size bed plush, with a PS5 in the damn bedroom. And here's a video of her saying she wants more children still after this one and will continue to have more willy-nilly as long as he allows her to.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let you.
Okay, and as if this wasn't bad enough, to make matters worse, they started begging, started collecting donations. They've created an Amazon wish list asking for items and handouts. And this wish list has beard oil and do-rags and car detailing supplies and other stupid ish on it. But people are buying them things from it, falling for the okie doke.
Brazilian Jenkins, good morning. What y'all been doing all night? Come to the front of the class. Why we getting these kids Stanley Cups? Why is it $20 tumblers? Now the kids get Stanley Cups like we didn't just get them off the floor 2 days ago. I don't know what kind of canopy bed situation, but clearly this the only person getting some privacy in this house. And at this point, where are you putting this new baby? Only the place left is the countertops. We already established that the cats is going in the oven. Well, the tub is available. They're barely using that, so we'll follow up on that one. Throw pillows. We done figured out where the cats is peeing. Throw pillows. Fuck a litter box. Get them some throw period pillows. Now, I didn't understand this area rug, seeing that they're out of area. I'm guessing the kitchen floor is now it's getting carpet. That's it. There we go. It's getting fucking carpet. And some popper purse, I think it's like $5-10. Well, it's like $10 here on Amazon. It's like $5 on Temu. Only reason I know I got a 13-year-old that has one. Not too much on that. Enjoy. If the internet won't buy it, if the internet gonna buy it, they gonna try it. That's the slogan of the day. If the internet gonna buy it, they gonna try it because they gonna keep putting stuff on this list. Unapologetically. Because this was probably 3 o'clock in the morning because I barely sleep anyway. And I'm up getting my daughter ready for school. Don't forget I got an Amazon wish list. If you just feel like wasting a few dollars, go check out our list. It's like 10 things on there, but not too much. We don't really need you to. But if you want to.
I'm going to say it for everybody who's afraid to say it. Only an asshole would have their kids sleeping in a living room, 6 of those kids sleeping in a living room while they're sleeping in a comfortable bedroom with a gaming system and a big TV and lights around the top and a bed. I would rather sleep on the porch with my husband than allow my kids to be sleeping in a living room by themselves while I'm in my comfy bedroom and they're sleeping on the floor. And this has nothing to do with the amount of money that you have. You could be a millionaire and have 6 kids, lose your job, and now you have to move into a 1-bedroom apartment. That's not the issue here. The issue is that you would put your kids in a living room instead of you and your husband sleeping in the living room and having your kids on at least bunk beds in the other room, in the bedroom. She says that the only people that are judging her are the people who haven't had that experience. Yes, you're right. I've never experienced being such an asshole that I would do something like that. I've absolutely never experienced that. My kids would never be sleeping in a living room on the floor where somebody could literally break in and my kids are there the first thing they see when they come in. Like, are you...
So that woman spread out pallets on the floor. I knew exactly what her baby daddy husband looked like. And I said this on my main page. I knew what he looked like, and I said that somebody should talk about it, but that I wasn't going to on my main. I'm here to talk about it on my spam. For the OGs, listen, when she said, like, I'm going to sleep in a king bed, we're going to sleep in a king bed, and apparently he eats first. He has a PS5, but again, like, they don't have real mattresses, and they sleep on the floor, and some of them sleep in the kitchen like appliances. That type of senseless babble only comes from the mind of a... And they love it. There is a certain type of hefty woman who loves this. She loves the babble. They love finding each other. It makes me sad for the children in this situation because they're being brought into this world off of, like, breeding fetish and also, like, fetishization of the biracial form. But sometimes I do feel bad. Like, the guy who had his girlfriend living in a tent, she never looked like she knew what she signed up for. I know her pawpaw was spitting mad when she said she was going home with him. And maybe that's what kept her from going back to her family for so long. Because she clearly had a family. Only could convince you to be shitting in the woods, keeping your food in a cooler while calling him king. It's a particular type of delusion. And like I said on what a pity that this keeps happening to them. But it will keep happening. And let's be explicit, they're keeping a room for themselves because they want to continue to copulate, right? It's, again, clear sign that it's, because, hey, I know two things about that house. The meals are probably heavy, and that door is constantly shut with a sock on it. God help those children. Because he wants to make sure, like, I can get it wet, and then I can turn on my PS5. And the kids will all be out there. I mean, people don't even let their dogs live like that. And they're just... And then he's telling her, like, oh yeah, upload it. Also, I saw that live clip of him saying, like, I don't want to be a truck driver. I don't want to get a job. I've already worked too hard. Capitalism. Wouldn't be surprised if he started telling her about the ways that the system is holding her down. Surprised, honestly, that she's not the one working. That's usually how it goes in this situation, but hey.
Then the first baby mama came out exposing his eye because Mr. Resilient Johnson keeps slinging that nasty Johnson willy-nilly, but don't take care of his first few children.
Hi. Since we're on here speaking about the Resilient Jenkins, actually, he has more than one son. Hi, I'm the first baby mama. I'm absolutely embarrassed at the fact that that's my sperm donor. I will not be posting my child on here because y'all not gonna know. But my son is almost 12. Since everybody wants to kind of chime in, that man that everybody's saying they have two loving parents walked out of his son's life when he was 2. Okay, haven't seen his son since he was 5, and that's because I reached out to him to come to his kindergarten graduation, and at the time he only had one child, which was the little black boy you guys see in his videos. That's my oldest's little brother. Now my oldest, who's at the top because he will be 12, doesn't even know he has 2 other siblings. So no, they didn't meet when he had one child. He probably has more. He hasn't paid child support, but he has a PS5. I feel bad for those kids. I literally feel bad for my child's siblings, sad to say, that they have to sleep on the floor. And that man has not changed. And it's disrespectful, mind you, my child's name is being changed. Because I never not wanted my son to not know his dad. And he's asked, and I've tried. I have receipts. I've tried to get him to be a part. Even his son asked, Mommy, I just want to know my dad. Why can't I see my dad? Mind y'all, when that happened, I reached out to him. He read the message, never replied. So I had to put my son in counseling just because I knew it was bothering him and there was nothing that I could say that was going to help him. And then you continue to make more babies and you couldn't even take care of the first one that you had. So, you want to know what's funny, y'all? This is the recent affidavit I received, right? So if you've been paying what you said you've been paying, Andrew, why do they need this? Did you do it? Did you do it? Oh yeah, Stephanie, do you want me to, do you want me to send you the message that I sent you back in August with the affidavit? You f***ing cluck. Do you? Oh, Andrew, do you want me to go back to my messenger? Do you want me to go back to my messenger? I could pull up all the shit. I don't care how many jobs you had. You never stayed at one. And when he was getting a little itty bitty bit, he wasn't getting much. I remember getting in my account that from the state of Oregon, they sent me 5 cents, nigga. They sent me 5 cents, nigga. You ain't paid much. Sit up there with that bitch. You got me fucked up. I will air your shit out, nigga. Air your shit out, nigga. You got me fucked up. I got receipts.
And after all that backlash, here is his dusty eye trying to explain why they don't want to go to work.
Let's address the child support thing.
Child support? Okay. The child support and child. I have the one other child, Anthony. I've been paying child support via garnishments ever since I can remember. I worked out of W-2 since I was 18, 19. Worked nights, multiple jobs, never made above 22 an hour.
Work jobs that worked your body to the bone and...
Yeah, I worked retail, I worked overnight, I worked at Home Depot. Where else did I work? I worked at Jackson's, I worked at Grocery Outlet. I pumped gas, I pumped gas. I did HVAC for a year, and even HVAC. People say, oh, HVAC, you paid. Hey, I was there for a year, doing the most work, coming on the weekends to do scrap metal, and then going to Jackson's, and I only got a $4 raise after a year. And people got an $8 raise, making 32 plus, and they sat me at 24.
This man has done everything he can to provide.
The child support thing, I don't know what to tell anybody. I've been paying for years via garnishment. They've taken out 9-10 grand from taxes. And I let them. I didn't fight any of it. If the other party hasn't received it, that is not on me. I don't have any of that money. I think I owe $6,000 is all I owe, which most of that got taken care of last year. Everything else is via garnishment, except for now, because I haven't gotten. I guess except for now, I'm 4 or 5 months behind. Things happen. It's not like I don't know about it. What else? What else? How?
They want to know why you're not involved in stuff.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
I don't need to explain why. I don't need to explain everything. I can't explain everything.
And that's the thing. It's not their life for us to explain. It's our life. It's our perspective. It's what we've been through.
Well, people are gonna judge regardless.
And that's fine.
I know. I've been judged all my life. I'm just letting them know they think the child support is one thing, and this is if they believe people are gonna believe one side or the other. That's entirely up to whoever watches or listens to this. And same with the job thing. I've worked and people think, you never blah blah blah. I've worked. I always work, and I hate not working, but I hate also not getting paid for my time or for my worth. And people say, "Oh, you don't know your worth." Of course, I know my worth. Everybody should know their worth.
Hence why we're no longer.
I've done plenty of jobs in my lifetime that I feel like I should get paid a certain amount.
There's this impression that I don't want better for the children, which doesn't make any sense to me. That's all I want is better for our kids, more space, more opportunity. And you say, she's been posting about this for 3 years, and for 3 years I've been doing my absolute best to try to make something happen. And I did too. I worked W-2 jobs for a long time, and I'm not gonna justify the reason that being home with my kids, it's either I pay someone to watch my kids and raise them a way that I don't agree with, or I stay home and raise my kids and get to watch them grow and become their people. And that's the choice that I would rather have.
So listen, I'm about to be in rare form tonight because I'm triggered, y'all. I'm triggered. For those of you who have followed this channel for quite some time, y'all know my dusty ass sperm donor is literally in the same exact situation as Mr. Resilient Johnson, Mr. Resilient Peen, and the Stankin' Jenkins. He's a deadbeat to my child. He's an absentee dad and a motherfucking bread loser, just like this dirty-eyed ninja. And my son is also 12 years old, believe it or not, just like the first baby mama. So the coincidences are uncanny here. So my son's father met this 300-pound white woman who let him stay with her. She already had 3 kids, y'all. And not only did he have another one with this woman, despite being unable to take care of the kid he already has. But my child's grandfather just came to me in private a few weeks ago. Y'all in the Mod Squad already know this, in tears, talking about this nigga has another one on the way. Okay. And just like the Stankin' Jenkins, my son's father and his baby mama, they're financially unstable, renting and living in a small town home as well, just like the Stinkin' Jenkins. Needless to say, I'm pissed at the recklessness and negligence of my son's father, just like this woman who was also the first baby mama of Resilient Johnson's trifling act. Because as a responsible parent who is engaged and is involved, we have to be the ones to pick up the pieces and wipe the tears and to look up therapists and ish like she talked about to try to explain away this bullshit so our children don't grow up with complexes and traumatized. So I'm gonna drag both this ninja and my baby daddy too for this fuck shit. And y'all, let me preface this by saying the children are innocent in the situation. So everything that I'm about to say have nothing to do with these kids. The Stankin' Jenkins only applies to the irresponsible adults who keep fucking like rabbits to have these children and to bring them into these destitute, poor, fucked up situations. Mr. Stankin' Jenkins, you raggedy, trifling, worthless, no good, broke piece of shit son of a bitch. Got these goddamn kids living in squalor. The fucking kids sleeping on pallets on the floor like it's Tent City up in this bed. 4 fucking kids, poor as shit, Didn't ask to be here. You forced them to live in poverty with your bum ass. They live in the goddamn projects, y'all. So they live in the hood. I just showed y'all a snippet of their lifestyle because if I showed y'all everything, we'd be here all night. But she has years of videos of her trying to go viral, talking about, oh, I wish I lived in a safer neighborhood because the damn park is too dangerous to take all these damn kids. Yet they keep fucking and bringing more into this world that they can't afford to move out the damn hood. They in other videos talking about, oh, the kids have lice. And as if that wasn't bad enough, the goddamn babies sleeping in a damn dishwasher, they added 4 fucking cats to this nonsense. And then all 4 cats caught fleas, y'all. So these poor children are sleeping in squalor, sleeping next to vermin. They bunkmates is tick, fleas, lice, and mice, y'all. Meanwhile, the stinking Jenkins ass sleeping comfortably in the only bedroom in his home. Plush with a queen bed with flat screens and ish and PS5s. Fucking copulating with that damn slimy demon semen and making more children you can't fucking afford to take care of with that poverty sperm. This shit make me mad. You trifling no good son of a bitch. See, his first baby mama can't talk like that. She reveals her identity on her channel. She also has a lucrative nail business, so she got to keep it cute. But I can't because I don't reveal my identity on this mother effer. So I'm going to say what the hell I want. And I'm going to drag your double chin, albino beluga whale, trailer park, trailer trash ass, and your crackhead ass baby daddy. You motherfuckers ain't shit. He a dope fiend, y'all. I didn't include that either. But yeah, he's a former addict. This bitch is so damn done. She done moved this random man into her house with her kids after only months of knowing him during the pandemic, and he's a recovering crackhead, y'all. This bitch so damn remedial. Her first baby daddy is in prison for essaying a 7-year-old, and then also for essaying his own damn mama, y'all. That's how dumb addicted she is. And I know this sounds far-fetched. It sounds like something made up, something cultivated for clicks and views. But this is not hard to find the receipts on. She's getting exposed, y'all, and dragged up and down TikTok for this nonsense. Somebody done researched a PI, a private investigator, after they went viral, then researched her ex and found out the reason why she not with him is because he done essay his own damn mama, y'all. So he in prison. Then found Mr. Resilient Johnson, Mr. Stankin' Jenkins. And instead of getting your black, lazy, funky ass off your ass at your big age, you got your damn handout as a grown man with the Amazon wish list like a goddamn bitch. An Amazon wish list with beard oil, y'all, and car detailing kits. While his kids are sleeping next to the damn deep freezer with lice and fleas and roaches, he asking for beard oil. And people buying this shit, feeling sorry for this mess. You should have asked for some goddamn condoms. That's what y'all need to do. Y'all need to start a GoFundMe for him to get some damn rubbers for a damn vasectomy, Mr. Resilient Johnson with the resilient sperm. We just listened to this fool sitting here, both of them talking about, oh, I can't get a W-2 job. Like, who says some stupid shit like that? Well, it turns out he doesn't want to get a job because he's trying to evade child support for the first 2 children he fucking abandoned. Kamala, if you listening, these niggas was asking you for child support when you was running. They was asking for forgiveness. I agree. Instead of them paying child support, let them be subjected to court order castration. That way they can't have no more damn kids. Don't get me started on my baby daddy because he need one too. He needs to be first on a damn list. And the gag is the ninja only lasted 5 seconds with 5 inches. So I'm surprised he been able to procreate as often as he has anyway. Y'all, I'm losing my voice. Hooping and hollering to my sperm donor and to Mr. fucking Stankin' Jenkins. Fuck you. Both y'all. Fuck y'all's baby mamas too for being trifling enough to mess with someone who don't even give a damn about their damn kids. Fuck y'all's mamas for raising your trifling asses too. Like homegirl said at the beginning of this, your mom should have aborted both of you. You should have been stuck in a damn Durex at the bottom of a trash bin. You should have been a damn throw baby. And to my son's father, your mama was a hoe, so I'm not surprised she raised one. Y'all, I'm done. They done pissed me the hell off. Child, what are y'all's thoughts about this nonsense, this stinking Jenkins stuff? What's y'all's thoughts about, first off, the double standard? Because we know when Black women come online and say they're single and they're struggling and ask for help, if they got a bunch of kids, they getting dragged to the pits of hell. What do y'all think about the double standard? Even though she got a whole damn man in this house and she keep consistently procreating, intentionally having children, has made it clear that she's going to continue to have children that she can't afford. Why do y'all think people feel inclined to give to her and enable this bullish? What do y'all think about the fact of women consistently picking bread losers, even though they ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of? Please chime in down below. Until next time, see you guys. Bye.
Even if you think I should, bitch, nigga, I don't give.
If y'all come across a red iPhone, can you please bring it to the sound stage? Red iPhone, appreciate it.